Hey, it's Raven Tactical here. I'm doing a quick video. It's going to be a little bit different than what we normally do. It's a world events kind of thing. We do world events, but this is kind of an emergency thing. What's going on is you're kind of seeing what I would consider the beginnings of an economic collapse, kind of like how 2008 kicked off. Um, the last few days, last 4 days, not including today, what's been happening is the banks, or I should say even before this, the banks have been doing kind of like what they call repo economics, where a bank, let's say you have, you know, Chase, and you have, I don't know, like unknown bank, right? Banks have to have so much money in cash on hand inside their bank at the end of the day. So let's say this bank is short, they're short 2 mil. So they ask this bank to submit them the 2 mil. So basically they've been kind of fraudulently, well, it's not fraudulently, but they've been sending each other money. During 2008, banks at that point were asking for money, but everybody else was so broke that Chase said if you were going to give us, if you needed 2 million from us, they would charge as high as 10% interest rates. The current rate now, I think they were saying, is almost 1.75%. And that's just per day for just having, loaning them money, right? Just so that they can stay afloat. The real big thing that's happening now is you're looking at the federal government within the last 4 days printed close to $400 billion dollars, and they're handing it out to these banks in the last 4 days because the banks are running out. The economy itself isn't being stable. There just isn't what we have anything left. So the federal government is printing money, fresh cash, new cash, in huge amounts of money to these banks to front them. Now, what happens when that happens? Well, in 2008, they had that TARPS thing where they bailed out the banks only. So when they bailed out the banks, they kind of floated everybody else out and screwed everybody else. So what could you see now? Well, if things go further and this actually continues, you're going to see the debt increase. So our overall debt, I think, is sitting at $23 trillion. You're going to see our debt increase, but you're also going to potentially see all these major banks collapse. So you're going to see them completely fall apart, just like you saw in 2008 when you had the Lehman Brothers banks collapse. It's real important that we pay attention to it. Right now, the big thing in the news is Trump's taxes. The big thing in the news right now is whether someone did brownface, whether people did all this. And if you really were to think about it, why are all these events important right now? Well, it's to hide this. They're trying to hide this from the news, because if people in the news started reporting the fact that the government is going way above and beyond printing money like at an excessive rate like this for the banks, people might actually start getting scared. The economy isn't as stable as people are thinking it is. Yeah, we have a great job market here, but everything's on the verge of collapsing. So I would make sure that if you're prepping, that you are preparing for things, that you're not sticking your money in a hard place like a bank, but putting your money in some tangible things. I mean, whether you want to put it in silver, or gold, that's a whole different thing on you. Personally, I would do more of lead. Personally, I would say your thing should be in lead, and then food, and then shelter, kind of things like that. So lead is just defense, have guns, bullets, beans, all that kind of stuff, right? Things that basically can protect your food and shelter, right? Without it, you can't have anything. But honestly, I do not trust what's going on with the economics right now, and I think we're going to see probably in the near future, again, another collapse. The economy just isn't that stable right now. So thank you, and have a good day.